West London rapper ASB bringing you the freshest talent in the game. Real talk, true stories.
I'm waiting for the drop like a rapper, fam. Start it again. Just started from the beginning. Yeah, man, we're in the building for another episode of Real Talk, True Stories. But today we're with an East London grime legend, you feel me? Something a bit different. We've been doing a lot of hip hop, a lot of American ones. But we're here we're in Tottenham right now. We're in Tottenham right now. Straight in Tottenham.
It's mad. I'm from East, but
we're here though.
The base is in Totty, North London.
We need to get the man introduced correctly, man. Big boy member from N.A.S.T.Y Crew. Was it natural artistic sounds touching you?
Touching you, yeah.
You get me?
The
Legend in the game. Real talk. Man was a straight lyricist before there was lyricists. I'm in the building with Sharky Major, man. My brother, appreciate you.
Yeah, respect, G.
Real talk, fam. Appreciate you for being on the show, bro. So, I mean, I just wanted to kick it off like that, man, just to let them know that if you didn't know when you're a young G and that, and you're just getting the wind of man now from the new videos, they definitely need to go and backtrack on man's foundation and history, you feel me?
Yeah, it's mad.
Man like Sharky's been tearing up that lyricism shit before it was even really in the grime scene, you know what I mean?
To be fair as well, it's like, even if you try and do the research, it's hard to really find it. It's like, if you were there at the time,
you knew.
That's why a lot of artists now that are considered big or have had mainstream success, a lot of them will tell you their favourite artist was me. But people of now sometimes can't really see enough of what happened back then. There's not enough documented because YouTube wasn't popping off how it was, and there weren't everyone making mad music videos and all that.
It's true, there's more sets, isn't it?
Yeah, so when I came away from the game, so my voice is going because man had a show last night. Mad
this
thing.
Motherfucker's been recording all day, that's why.
Anyway. But like, it's mad when you think about it. There's a lot of things weren't really popping off how they should have been, how they're going, how it is now. Obviously, the thing had to get built up. You get me?
I think that's the thing. Motherfuckers got to shut their phone off, beat. Now, the thing is with the whole grime scene, and I always feel like back then it was definitely based on sets and crews originally. Do you know what I'm saying? It was definitely based on like people having a movement and coming from an area and whatnot, rather than, I guess, people having a song. And I was thinking about that on the way down here actually, and I think it was going to be like a point of discussion for me, how back in the day mans were writing strapping 16s and 32s and everything there to come to the radio, either to get a reload or to just fuck that place up with the fresh bars squeezing off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like as time went by, as the years went by, it turned into like who could make a song. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we maybe lost the essence of the set.
I think it's because, obviously, as the thing evolved and developed, people obviously saw opportunities and saw that some people were having success.
Making money
from coming from where we've been coming from.
You had mans like Wiley and that.
Wiley, Dizzee.
Album deals,
you know what I mean? Dizzee, obviously, when you look at it, Dizzee's been popping for like 12 to 14 years.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Yeah. What year did Boy in the Corner come out?
What? Probably 2002 or 3, you get me?
No, fam.
So from then,
it's a long time, man.
I mean, obviously from then, he was like the first guy to really get the mainstream success. Obviously, So Solid had a bit of it as a collective. As
an individual.
That's right.
Coming out of the grime team.
That's it.
It's right.
And that's kind of when people started realising sometimes, obviously the crew thing didn't have a good stigma around it at one point.
Yeah. So, because even though we love grime, there was a lot of like fuckboy promoters and that wanted the DJs to play the tracks and then the MCs not to be there and that, you know what I mean?
All of that.
I remember them times, man. Especially, I think, like I used to get around the grime scene as a young boy, going through like the old school events when they used to be in like Ealing Boulevard, out in Uxbridge and that.
Yeah, I remember them ones.
Watford area, you know what I mean? Like, and that's where you lots was all the main people on the flyer, you know what I mean? So it'd be Roll Deep, N.A.S.T.Y Crew, and that was like just after Page You Go were kind of done, and then it turned into the new era, the new wave, you know what I mean? I mean, talking a bit more on sort of N.A.S.T.Y Crew, looking back on it, and shout out Stormin as well. Stormin's in the cut, big up Stormin in the building, you get me? I feel like N.A.S.T.Y Crew is like a foundation street crew from the grime scene. How you had people that were spitters and everything there, but N.A.S.T.Y Crew really rep the ends, rep the streets.
Yeah, you know I can agree. I can agree with that. We had a lot of different people in the team, and we all were doing our thing in different ways.
Yeah,
going through the struggle You get me? Having to do things that you got to do just to make a little P or pay your radio subs. Your radio subs every month. You know what I mean? Like, don't think it weren't hard.
The subs, you know.
You get what I'm saying? Like, man, I had to do this from scratch. The days when promoters were trying to pay guys idiot money to perform at a rave.
Bars and that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
real talk.
You know what I mean? So, really, like, yeah, we've been there.
But if you think about it from a fan's perspective, right? Look at it like this. Even if you're, say you like grime, but you're a road youth, you don't have to be too deep in the game, but you're just a real brother, yeah? When you're listening to grime originally, let's say Pay As You Go and So Solid Crew were the people that you listen to for the content a bit more, because they were more street relatable. If you like the vibes, obviously Heartless Crew was there. But then after it went into the grime thing, I think like N.A.S.T.Y Crew were the most official street.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
From a street angle too. Great lyricist as well though with it. That's why it stood out more, you know what I mean?
Nah, I think you hit the nail on the head in my opinion. Like when you look at everyone that was out there, everyone had their own vibe and their own style, but I think with us, what people liked about us is that every individual had their fans. And everyone had their own style and everyone had things to say. You get what I'm saying? So the content was there.
N.A.S.T.Y Crew, that's exactly what it was as well, you're right. N.A.S.T.Y Crew was like a collective of individuals that didn't rely on the crew, if that made sense. Like you had,
you know, most crews are on their one man, their one star man, or two star man.
They're the golden boy, innit?
Us man, I got like 6, 7 man that were all doing their thing. Look, you think about it.
Real talk.
Let's look at who was in the crew. Like you got me, you got Stormin, as the MCs were talking about, me, Stormin. You had Armour,
I remember Armour's hard.
You get what I'm saying? Then DWE and Hyper came through, Then Kano came through and Monkey came through. Then Gets and Footsie came through.
So they come through at a later date.
Right, okay. Because when we were popping off, Gets was gone, like, in terms of he was in jail.
I remember, he was in jail.
Yeah.
He wasn't in Nasty Crew.
You know what I mean? So that's when, like, and Stormin had the tune Ghetto and I was on that track. And back in the day, me and my brethren Ghetto. And we're talking about Ghetto. You get what I'm saying?
So basically, he come through
it's like we used to roll with Gets from back in the day. Like, I mean, Stormin and Gets was close. I was close to Gets. You know what I'm saying?
Hard.
So like Gets used to ring us man from jail, spitting bars like, oh, when I come out on the road, you get me, watch what I do, who do I have to send for and all this. Like, what is that? It's like, is that how you get big? Like, you get
I love
me?
Gets, man.
But,
Gets
like,
is hard, man.
You know what I mean? So he come out.
The MC as well.
You know what I mean? He come out like. Thing is, before music, us man, we're all people rolling friends. Me, Stormin, Gets. Demon, there's a couple man in the ends that you know, Crazy Titch, that these were all
free Titch, man.
You know what I mean?
It's a shame,
they're all from Stratford, the Plaster, repping Newham at the time, and that was our age group. You get me? But obviously people like DWE, Footsie, obviously they're in Forest Gate, repping Newham as well. You know what I mean? So like,
so alright. So what ends is Sharky Major from? What ends? Where do you come
I grew
from?
up in Forest Gate. I grew up in Newham, like, but I was in Stratford and Plaistow. That was where I rode, innit? Like, but Forest Gate is next to Stratford. No, next to Stratford and Plaistow.
Right,
you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Maryland and all that.
Yeah. So you would have seen me in them 3 areas really: Forest Gate, Stratford, and
Plaistow.
Plaistow.
From Plaistow.
Gets from Plaistow. You get me?
And then you get me.
Stormin, Stratford. You know what I mean? Like.
So
Titch, Stratford, you know what I'm saying? Demon, Stratford and Plaistow. But yeah, with
proper
that,
East thing,
we used to roll around like 20, 30 man strong, just doing dumb stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Remember the Rewind magazine?
Yeah.
Remember when you first was as a crew in Rewind? Remember that shit? That shit was epic, bro. You lot was young, innit, at the time.
For real.
It was like way back then.
For real.
And I remember I used to listen, because this the truth, bruv. There's man's out on road and that, you know, sick youths and that, but when you lot was out, Mans was trying to fucking put the sellotape and shit on the TDKs.
Yeah.
And trying to log into the is it Tuesday?
No, Monday. 8 till 10.
He was trying to log into that just to record that set, even though the signal was whack from West and that. You know what I mean? Because that's how epic it was, bro. You lot come from like straight off the street onto the radio, and then it become the tape pack thing, Sidewinder, Lacoste Nostra, all them tape packs and that. But there's some fucking crazy epic sets, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big fan of when it used to be Nasty back to back with Roll Deep. I was a big fan. That was my favourite grime sets ever. For me,
we did a few legendary sets, us man. It's funny because I see Flo down the other day. We were laughing about it. funnily enough, like he's like,
That's some big boy shit, bro.
it was a good conversation we had, like catching jokes. He was like, did you man have the intention to come and try lick off our head that day? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh shit!
You get me? It's funny. I was like, what is that? What you thought? Yeah. I said, that must have been what happened then. You know what I mean? There, but as a joke thing, you get me? But it's all love.
It'd be like that though. It'd be like that.
Yeah,
because at the time, as a fan, as a listener, I should say, man's listening to the sets and that. But I'm wondering, did these man really get on? You know them ones? Is it a thing where man's coming to show man that man's the hardest out? You know them ones?
Yeah, I think at first it weren't like that, but I think as people started to get bigger,
egos,
the competitive side kicked in more. Everyone wanted to be the best. Obviously, you know, like Dizzee was rolling with us, and then he started rolling with Roll Deep. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's like. But he was from Bow, innit? And he used to always like look up to Wiley, innit? So
Wiley was that big.
I mean, so he used to roll with me and at times, and he used to be like, "Oh, Wiley don't care about me," and I'm saying, "Bro, don't worry about Wiley, innit? Like us man are doing our thing, you get me?" But he obviously wanted to be in with the people from here's area. You know what I'm saying?
And that's natural, I think.
Yeah,
you always look up to them, the hustler from the area that's doing well. Right. Rubs off on you more.
Right, you get me? You know so like, and obviously, people from Bow, obviously, and people now still look at Wiley as the god. You get what I'm saying? Of grime. Obviously, and I respect that view. You get me? Obviously, the Godfather status, I give that to him as well. Like, you get me? Even I've called him the Godfather myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Wiley's been 100% like throughout the whole thing. He's never gone away.
He's gave a lot to the culture, innit?
Yeah,
that's the truth.
He's spoken about retiring and that, but he's never really gone. Like, he's always been,
Jay-Z.
yeah, he's always been consistent. You get what I'm saying? Like,
fade to black,
always been relevant throughout. Like, you get what I'm saying? Relevant from Pay As You Go days all the way through, even before that. If you know the whole history, but so you got.
What were they called? Ladies Hit Squad or something?
Yeah.
I played with my brethren, so I always knew about them things.
Okay,
To me, I always feel like he gave to the culture so much of himself. Even everyone knows Wiley has moments in it where I think everyone's got a Wiley story, fam. Anyone that's ever been in contact with him has a Wiley story. He's a madman, right? But what he's gave to the culture, he's created a genre in his own respect. So I do give him that title, man.
Of course. I had a little war with Wiley still. It was a good little battle still.
This is what I was going to get to, man. I was thinking, like, you've set that question up for me nicely, man. You know what I mean? So you and Wiley went at it at one point, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember it like it was yesterday, fam. Because people was talking in the hood about that one.
Okay.
You know, like when he was clashing Kano and that, it was entertainment. Because it was like, these guys are serious spitters. Who's gonna win? When you two clashed, people were saying that, like, Sharky, I don't know if you ever heard this before, but people were saying, like, yeah, Sharky Major's a bit like the grime N.A.S.T.Y. He put so many words in one line compared to the next MC.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Bare lyrical content.
It's nice to hear someone from West
you
say that.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I used to hear that in the ends, innit? Like, you get what I'm saying? But
it's weird. West is weird like that. We're not really like as big on grime, but there was a time when the whole of London was on grime, innit? But it's like for us, how can I say, us in West, we never really had, we had a few movements that have come from Northwest and West and done their thing in grime, but East was really, you can't touch East. South had their thing, definitely. North had their thing, West had their thing, but East is a grime genre. It's the grime genre, fam.
Yeah, man. It's from people East. Say it was birthed there. In most cases, man. You get what I'm saying.
And I feel like they that is their thing.
Yeah, man. I've heard a few views like and say some people say grime was birthed in North.
Heartless Crew.
Not even people, but it's a different discussion. Like you get what I'm saying, but the whole point is.
I heard Bushkin say that though. That he made grime and all that.
I don't feel like he made it because when he was on Garage, you know what I'm saying. He wasn't who influenced the sound changing. You understand what I'm saying? Us, man, we can say we influenced the sound changing because we weren't spitting on Garage when Mac 10.
You weren't doing that,
you know what I'm saying? We came in doing that on the flip, spitting on the flip side of
the sticky beats and that.
On the instrumentals like 1999 and them beats.
Out of sick drop on
that. Sick drop and that. Like you get what I'm saying? And even the vocal tunes, waiting for the instrumental part and spit your bars in that section. The little 16.
That's hard, fam.
Then back to hosting it.
Because the game was DJ orientated at one point, fam.
I was a
and
DJ
then the MC was like, oh, you was a DJ first?
Yeah,
I was a whack DJ, bro. I got bare vinyls, but I was whack, fam. I say that on every podcast.
Yeah, I gave Mac 10 all my vinyls still when I had to twang into N.A.S.T.Y Crew, innit?
He was hard, fam, Mac 10. He was probably one of my favourites out of the grime thing. He was different. He wasn't... There was a couple of DJs in Roll Deep that were a bit like clangy, innit? You know what I mean? Like,
I can't agree with that, can I? Like,
you don't think
come
so?
on. I can't agree.
Nah, go deep.
I can't agree. Even if I thought that, that's not nice of me to just say that. Like, to say like, yeah,
nah, but
like there's clangy man over there.
Not like
I like them, man. I'll see them and spot them. I can't see them.
Nah, I love them. I'm a big fan, bro.
Yeah.
But I think Mac.
Yeah,
was
Mac 10 to me was a
thing.
yeah. Mac 10 to me was like easy. You understand?
Bang.
Like,
See, this is what.
of
Yeah,
grime.
I was a negative guy then. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, roll deep. I love you, man. You get me? I was just fucking about. But I feel like Mac 10 was levels above them.
Yeah,
So
obviously,
in my eyes, that's
everyone's got their favourites.
Which one's mine? This one or yours?
That's yours.
That's mine. It's cool for that.
Everyone's got their favourites. Some people might even argue. They might say so and so was better than Mac, but in my view,
Nah, never, never. Fam.
In my opinion,
I'll
see me. I'm trying to be the pro in it. Like I'm trying to sit on the fence in it, but you're not having it. You're not having it.
Mac was better than Carnage, fam.
Alright, safe. Yeah, of course. Mac's my guy, innit?
Target's my brethren as well. Target's sick at radio personality, but when it came to mixing grime, Mac was sick, fam. People used to want to look up to him. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say, boom,
DJs.
alright then. Mac for the mixing, Target for the presenting.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Why not? Target's a great radio presenter, fam.
Yeah, of course.
You get me? Big up Targo. He's
on.
coming on, man. You know what I mean? Target's coming. He's gonna fucking grill me for that one, innit? You know what I mean? But I mean, like, look, if we go back to that sort of foundation of N.A.S.T.Y right there, yeah, we broke down like the spitters. So you got the DJs as well. So you got Mac. Was Mac the only DJ?
No, there was Marcus N.A.S.T.Y first.
Yeah, so Marcus was a DJ.
So Marcus N.A.S.T.Y came to me, shouted at me, said, yo, I got a radio show. I know you've been doing stuff in the ends. Do you want to come on? I said, yeah, I'm on it. I shouted at Stormy and said, do you want to come on radio?
Oh, so that's how N.A.S.T.Y, this is how N.A.S.T.Y
This is how it all started, innit? Stormy said, yeah, cool, let's go. Me, him, Marcus went on radio, smashed the radio show for hours. Whole of the ends was locked in.
Swear that.
Everyone had the same tape, like, it was mad.
Circulating.
Everyone's phone was them times there, man was still like 15 and that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the guys in school, like, smashing it up from young.
Yeah.
But, yeah, from that, everyone, the radio guy, the person who owned the station, Flavor FM.
Oh, Flavor, that's classic, man.
And he was telling man, he was saying the Nasty Boys. He's like, nah.
Swear that.
Nah, Nasty Crew, because he was Marcus Nasty. It was his show. He was the older guy. He's brought two youngsters.
That's sick,
you get what I'm saying? And then they just stuck like Nasty Crew. Fuck it.
That's hard though. So it came from basically Marcus N.A.S.T.Y bringing these boys. Oh, the Nasty Boys. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
We're Crew.
Yeah.
On some G shit.
That's it.
That's hard.
And then Armour came in later on.
So the timeline for the listeners, especially the fans of, or the people that grew up in that era, that's a nostalgic moment for them. So it went Marcus, you and Stormin together, Armour, and then who was after that? Do you remember?
After Armour, then it was a Mac 10
Naturally,
DJ.
as being a brother.
Yeah, because Marcus, he went away for a while. And Marcus went away for a while.
Took a trip.
Yeah, took a trip.
Took a flight.
He had to handle some business away.
Yeah, word.
And basically, Mac 10 had to shout him and say, yo, we need a DJ. I already knew Mac 10 was a sick DJ because he wasn't playing what we like to spit on.
What was he playing at that point?
He was playing them 4/4 tunes and
like the Todd Edwards
yeah,
things
all
and
that kind of
yeah.
stuff. But he used to all the house parties and the youth club raves. He was the guy that was smacking at him, and the next guy in the ends, G Smalls. So anytime
what's his name?
G Smalls.
Yeah. Did he stay with N.A.S.T.Y for a while?
No, G Smalls weren't with us, man.
Oh,
no.
never. No.
But he weren't even in our thing because I had to convince Mac to leave that and do our thing. You know what I'm saying? That's when I gave him my records. I said, mix these. You understand? And he took and he had Marcus's old records.
So literally, Mac 10 was like, right, he's shifting from 4/4 to proper grime things and that. And you're like, bro, take them, brother. Yeah. And let's do this.
I was buying records at the time at Rhythm Division and all that as a DJ as well as an MC. Yeah. And I was like, boom, I'd already collected records. Like, said, yo, bro, mix these. And like, play Marcus's old stuff as well. And then he used to come on and then he started liking it. Then he started, as man was getting older, man was making P's, he was always cutting dubs, dub plate after dub plate. Bear Jammer and Dizzie Rascal dubs. You get me?
Before they even dropped them.
Bigger man, bare dubs.
Mac 10 had some serious specials as well, I think. That's what put him above people too. He would have the special and mix it better.
For real.
Do you know what I'm saying?
For real.
Slimzy was hard.
Yeah.
I think Slimzy was cold when it was them times. But then when Mac came around, it was like his turn almost. Like, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
But how sick is that, fam? That the DJ's crazy hard. and every spitter in the crew's crazy.
It's mad, isn't it?
And the crew's just like, bro, it's a different thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I love Roll Deep and I love Nasty Crew, and I love them equally, bro. And that alone says a lot, because there were so many crews, so many rappers, so many spitters out in London at the time. But that was the cream of the crop for that era. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So when did Kano come in?
Kano was later on. After Mac, it was DWE, because I knew.
Double,
I used to make tapes and all that in the ends of Double.
Double's cold.
Before, like even while I was in Nasty, I used to have like friends in the ends that I knew were doing stuff, and he was already on Rinse doing his thing before.
As a dolo.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
And Hyper was his partner as well, and Jammer.
Hyper was hard, man.
You get me? They had a click 187 crew. You get me? Him, Jammer was their DJ. Hyper
so
and
Jammer,
Double.
Hyper and DWE was already a little click.
A little click. But I used to make little tapes in the ends in bedrooms with Double and a few local MCs, and that. Kano happened to be one of them certain times. You get what I'm saying? But that was later on, because I used to say to Double, come and join Nasty. But then eventually, at the time Matt came in, around that time, Double gave me the shout and said, yo, what can I still join? So I was like, yeah, cool. But then he's like, the only thing is I want to bring Hyper though. I was like, alright, safe, bring Hyper, he's hard, you get me?
Hyper's cold.
I said, you want to bring Hyper? No problem, bro, bring him.
Hyper had like something about him.
That's it. But I said, we got a DJ already back 10, so just bring Hyper and let's do this. And then that's when them man joined, and then that's when we started smacking everything. Because it was me, Storm and Armour who were already doing our thing. And then D Double and Hyper came in, and we just moved to Deja at the time.
So kind of Nasty became the hot crew at that point, yeah?
That's it. And then later on, when we felt like Roll Deep was our close competition, and they were bringing in a few new guys and all of that, and they'd had Dizzee now by that point. We was like, we need to do something new. And then we thought, we need to bring in someone else. Like, and then I was like, I want to bring in Kano, and Double was like, I want to bring in Monkey.
Oh, swear.
Because Monkey was another guy we used to do tapes and all that in the ends with. Monkey was hard as well. You get me?
Different.
But the thing is, obviously, it was just we both knew that both MCs were nang. But I just felt like Kano, and Double just felt like Monkey. But what we ended up doing, bringing them to Jammer's basement.
The legendary basement.
You know what I mean? These times Jammer had already come in as a producer.
So he was on board.
He was on board later on as well, after when we realised we needed tunes. You know what I'm saying? When things started to build up a bit more. You get me?
He's a character, man.
That's it. So then them two came in, Kano and Monkey, they came and done a back-to-back session in Jammer's studio. We just made the man spit.
Was it a clash?
It wasn't even a clash.
It's off the record clash.
It's bad because it was kind of like, you could look at it like that, because whoever fucked it up more probably gave themselves access to the thing. But they both fucked it up. So
it's so different as well, fam. So to see them two spit next to each other would be kind of interesting like that, you know?
That's what I'm saying, but they both fucked it up.
That's hard.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what? We need to bring both of them in. They're both hard. You get me?
From your perspective on the day,
and
big up Kano, big up Monkey.
It was a draw.
Ah, he's getting mad PC with it, man. Politically correct like a motherfucker, mate. So you telling me what, Kano didn't beat him?
Depends what you like. You know what I'm saying?
You're good at answering this.
I feel like Kane obviously had the skippiness.
Yeah.
And Monkey just had that poetic, but direct at the same time with gaps and pauses. He
was mad with it. He had some people loved Monkey though. He had his own like hard-bodied fan base from people thought this guy is fucking mental with it.
That's it.
Because he used to spit mad slow, but he would control the beat instead of chasing the beat.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
Some mans would be going following. Like I think everyone always rode like a different instrument or a different like wave. You had people that got skippy flows, people that are more like laid back and they drag their words out. Then you got mans like Hyper that attack it like they want to kill it. And then you got someone like you that does more syllables. You see what I'm saying? As being like someone early on in the game that was putting so many syllables and words in the sentence to tell stories on grime and that, when a lot of people were just squeezing for the reload, was it hard to get the recognition for the lyrical content that you were putting out there?
Yeah, because even when I first came, obviously I was spitting simple stuff as well. Sharky Major was so hardcore, raw, knock you down to the floor. Like, it was simple, but it was effective.
Did you do that on purpose?
When I was younger, obviously I didn't know I had the ability to put together and to develop as a writer and as an artist, innit? I was just spitting the raw shit out. I was thinking and doing in the ends. You know what I'm saying? Like, repping the ends, like, you know what I mean? So at one point it was more about getting the reloads and just saying the wildest, rawest stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
And then I started to develop, and and people who know the history well enough will see that there was a kind of like a change in terms of how I was spitting. Get me? So then it went from spitting them bars that people know me from back in the day, and I might go to a rave and still spit them once. But then I got them. You get me? Then I started stepping it up to like
that.
Yeah.
Because you're saying like raw.
Yeah, that's simple though, innit?
You needed that for the rave though.
You need that.
You've got Eskimo dancing, man's a fresh, and they want to see.
You know what I mean? You want to say that. That's what I'm saying.
And I think that's why I asked that question, because you can be underappreciated with an ability in grime at that stage. Because now you can be a rapper and be J. Cole and Kendrick and get the props for being that. But back then, people were looking for that reload or looking for that. Hype.
I think where I went wrong is because where I started developing, I started forgetting about that side of me, because I wanted to show that I was lyrically nang. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to give them so much content, so much syllables and rhyme schemes and patterns in my head. I thought, fuck all that. Let me show them a next thing. So it's like,
I think people appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? So, but then when I started writing intelligent girl, like I want an intelligent girl that can rock my world, that lyric, and then I started saying more stuff like, I deserve some respect. Or what, like, it was mad, but eventually, like, I think it meant that it went over a lot of people's heads, because the game was set up like that, and I was showing them,
man, at that point, I think.
And I was showing them something different.
Because I think as artists, like being an artist, and that you can get angry, or not angry, frustrated is the right word, at people not giving you props or not getting what you feel you deserve from that piece of work that you're putting out there. And I feel like in the long run, that's gone down in history, fam. Like, people know Sharky Major's lyrical with it. That's a fact. That's why I love doing these kind of podcasts, because I'm not in the relevant game, fam. Like, I like that, but it's not for that. It's like, we want to know about the pioneers and the foundation and whatnot. And when it does come to grime, fam, I think early on, man's like you was sick with it, with putting more words into a flow and a bar, when Dons were just really trying to get that reload. You know what I'm saying? And I know I said that a couple of times, but I genuinely mean that. And I think
I tried to mock it as well, you know. My lyric Funny Style was mocking that whole style.
Bro, Funny Style was the one-liner.
You get me? That was the one-liner. So I was like, Funny Style, we don't like Funny Style. Tell us something, move with your funny style. Coming around here acting all funny style with your funny smile, looking at me, your funny style. And then I had Swag MCs, I had enough of you Swag MCs, you Swag MCs, please. Like, I was just taking the mick out of it, innit? You get what I'm saying?
Like a little shot at the other dudes?
Yeah, I think I was at the time I was watching what them men were doing too much, innit? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, whoever was doing it, even though it might have been guys in my own crew doing it. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like I'm just saying, I'm an MC and I'm not about that, but I can just show you that if you want.
Let me show you the thing and take the piss out of it while I do it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard though.
Like,
that's gangster stuff.
But now later on I think about it and I think, no, music is different. You're meant to give them that because that's what they need to sing along to and to catch on to, because if you're going to give them bare stuff, you got to give them the one-liners too.
You have to, fam.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially, saying that though, it's like running game, hustling with the music as well, because you might know that you can say 1,000 things, fam, that are way deeper, but these ain't ready for it right now.
Right.
So you making, like, dumbing it down.
Yeah.
It can hurt you as an artist. So
you see who's mastered that? You know who's mastered that recently?
Who's that?
Gets. Yeah?
Yeah. He's another beast with it.
Right. Gets will tell you, me and him used to sit down years ago and I was the guy saying to him, bruv, stop putting so much in your lyrics, you're going to be like me. You're going to be like me, bruv.
That's
yeah, I used to say to him, bruv, put gaps and pauses in your thing. He'll tell you that. You get me? But he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Listen.
He done the mad thing for years. But he was so nang with it. Yeah, but then one day he realised
he got way better over time.
Yeah.
He become like...
But now he's like the overall spitter because he can do everything.
He can go in and out of pockets.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he can now do done know already, and fuck up a dance, which I've seen. I've gone to dances with G and seen him fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Saying done know already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a hard joint though.
Of course, Badman tune. Come on, Badman tune. One of the best tunes Gets has got. You know what I'm saying? That
big tune.
And one take. Them two tunes. I've done a lot of stuff for Gets. You know what I'm saying? And that's my dogs.
Because I feel like with Gets as well, man. Like for the record, he's one of my favourites, right? But I watched him when he come home from that break. I don't know. Was he in a crew called Dancehall Mafia for a second or something?
Nah.
Was there a track called that though or something?
I think so,
Dancehall
yeah,
Rapper,
yeah,
Thugging
yeah.
It Out.
Yeah, I remember that tune. Yeah.
You remember that
Cool,
shit?
cool.
So I remember hearing him on
I
that.
can't remember who was on that. I think it was Stunnerman maybe.
It was him and someone.
I think so.
Like a little,
Yeah.
like before, I think.
It might have been Rage maybe, I'm not sure.
I think it was before N.A.S.T.Y Crew went boom, come with us.
Yeah. He was, because he had he had brethren from Road and Joe as well.
Yeah.
So when he come out on Road, he was like,
Making
he came to Jammers Studio. I think he voiced that at Jammers.
Yeah.
So like, Stormin brought him to Jammers. You understand? He done a tune with the man from Leytonstone anyway.
Yeah.
He done a tune with, and then Jammer knew them as well.
See, that's the thing, fam. Like, I heard him on that tape, and I was like, I like this guy, man, for some reason. And I think he's raw with it.
Yeah.
But he used to run out of breath a lot on that, and I think that's where obviously he got better with it, being around Kano and them things there, and you lot. But I think I saw him the first time I seen him come home. And there was like an under 18s event in Uxbridge, fam, out of ends and that, where everyone used to go there to do the thing and that. And he come through with Crazy Titch, gold teeth, you know what I mean, night tracksuit and that. Boom. I heard him spit that the what's that fuck it lyric? Yeah. And I was like, that's the dude that I've been listening to, but I didn't know what he looked like. You know what I mean? So then it's like, I like this guy, man. You know what I mean? At one point, I used to go to link him to grab dubs for radio as well, because we was putting together mixtapes from over in West back in the day and that. But I always felt like, originally, when you look at N.A.S.T.Y Crew, you had everyone that was sick. Like, actually, like, credit to Stormin as well. I actually remember like knowing Stormin before a lot of other people. Almost like he was doing bare sets before everyone.
Stormin was the first man. Yeah. If like big up Stormin, obviously.
Real talk.
Yeah, check out the Smoke Point. Gotta plug that. You get me?
Yeah,
come on.
Obviously,
check out the Smoke
we're gonna
Point.
put the links on the iTunes link as well, so they can click
Be Right Back.
thing and that.
Be Right Back is his mix CD that's out right now on Major Music Entertainment.
There you go.
It's on iTunes. Obviously, he's got videos out right now. Curse videos on SBTV.
Yeah.
It's doing numbers right now.
Big things.
I think probably by the time you lot hear this, the next thing will be out as well.
We got Stormin in the building, man.
Yeah,
Always, man. Veteran status, man.
Come on.
And I mean, and he was the first person I heard of our N.A.S.T.Y Crew, because he was just doing a lot of sets and shit. And I used to hear him, you know what I mean, the one little day I was chilling in Bowl. Everyone knew that lyric,
Legendary.
you know what I mean? And then obviously when it come down to like looking at it from a distance, in N.A.S.T.Y Crew you had people like you, Kano and DEE that were like considered like the next guys to blow almost. And then you got into a thing with Wiley, right? Around them times, innit, when it was kind of N.A.S.T.Y Crew, Roll D. Because Wiley's a funny character, innit, obviously. Wiley can pick beefs, or... He does it, he's
looking for the top boys, isn't it? He's looking for the top boys in every crew, innit? That was his bar, innit?
He says it himself.
I'm looking for the top boys in every crew. So at the time when me and him was going at it, it was considered that I was the top boy in the crew, innit?
That's what he's saying, innit?
So, you know what I mean? So obviously...
Because he was doing that, blood. He was trying to like market himself, but then also... Do you think he done it to help as well? People, like, let's help this one.
He weren't like... Because if he wanted to help, man, he would have rang man and said, listen, bro, this is what I want to do.
He didn't do that. That's what I'm trying to ask.
But when the game was like, everyone knew that Wiley wanted to make this more entertainment than like Road. You get what I'm saying?
Real shit.
But so it was a thing where when he would send a shot and then guys would holler, man, and they'd be like, "Oh, don't worry, it's just music, bruv." Like, you get what I'm saying?
That's smart though.
Yeah, and then then it fucks with your head a bit.
Man, like Will.
It fucks with your head a bit, innit? Because you're thinking, hold on. Hold on,
Will.
Is this Road or music then? Like, you get what I'm saying? Because at the time...
You got confused with that, I think.
Yeah. Because
and I say that, I'm a real brother, you get me?
Come on.
Bro, listen, I've been in the woods and done things and that. And when I heard that from not knowing you, blood.
Yeah.
Remember when I added you up on Instagram and holiday, I was like, and I see you now, when I met you in New Year's, innit, one night?
Yeah.
That's it, I took your number in the 02.
Yeah.
I see him, I was like, nah, fam, I was waiting, this guy's a fucking legend, bro. Let me hit him up, I'm gonna take your number, boom.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, I didn't know you, but from your tone and the way you dealt with it, I felt like, you was like, what? This motherfucker's coming at me. Was he want it? You know, like that kind of like, what? He wants it. He wants like that. Where some people, I think they played the entertainment card and gained from it, like the Kano one, for instance. Like they probably had a laugh about it.
Yeah, you know what it's
you could have dealt with it better?
Of course, man.
But you was a young G,
but the truth is, it didn't go too far anyway. Because
it
almost did, but it didn't. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, it nearly went there?
Yeah, but it didn't.
You could tell though. From a man that's listening from
I didn't know that people couldn't see that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I felt like it wasn't even the war wasn't publicised as much as some of the other wars that he had. You know what I'm saying? But,
that's why though.
But this one was a little bit personal. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
what did you say on the track?
Don't go deep. Like, there was his personal things said. He said stuff. I said stuff.
I said don't go deep.
Things that we shouldn't have said. But we see each other now,
and it's blessed.
And we see each other's blessed.
Is it blessed now? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You get me? For years, it's been blessed. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'll see Wiley, we'll stand up, we'll bust jokes, we'll bun a zoo, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like if you was to do it again as a man, a big man, do you think you would have dealt with it differently?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been making the calls I was making, like, to arrange the things I was arranging and do the things I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
I was like, right, what?
Yeah, like, I was young, innit? Like, I was young, but obviously, like...
Now, I could tell, bruv.
He's got his, obviously, side of the story. You understand?
As
like,
everyone, there's
you know what I mean?
sides,
but nothing really went down because calls got made and things got squashed and you get what I'm saying?
I always felt like you could have got bigger off of it.
Yeah, because we actually had a clash live on radio, but no one heard it.
Did they come out?
The clash was on Raw Mission. Yeah,
that's some legendary station.
Raw Mission, but the station weren't really booming that day. They weren't publicised. It was a thing where...
But it's out there, isn't it?
Not even. The call got made early in the morning one day, and it was like, alright, do you want to go on radio later and clash Wiley?
Who rang you?
Marcus, yeah.
Oh shit!
Because he was
Marcus,
obviously Marcus was trying to control it to make sure that it didn't go out of control after the call got made. Marcus to say, "Well, why are you like trying to go this way with it? Like, it's just music.
It's just music.
You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like Marcus, like, you get what I'm saying?
You lot made dubs as well, innit?
Yeah.
So it was a clash after all the dubs, basically.
Yeah, after the dubs. You know what I mean?
One like fucking went crazy on us, mate. You can film from over here too, and that. It's a raw one. It don't have to be super professional. You know how it goes. We in here with fucking N.A.S.T.Y Crew, man. You know what I mean? That's it. So for me, it's like, nah, that's cool, man. We keep the show going, man.
Cool.
What it is for me, I think that like Sharky Major, bro. If you adult, like obviously at the same time, when we go back into the clashes we had on Laylo and that, bro, man was getting shanked and robbed and that over spitting bars, fam.
Yeah.
So I understand how you know what I mean. So I could hear, nah, Sharky's nuts, fam. Like, he wanted it. You know what I mean? Like, he wanted it because certain mans will go, oh, this is sick. Wiley wants to clash me. I can get big. You see what I'm saying?
For real, I handled it wrongly. Yeah. It's a chess game, innit? Yeah, I should have played chess properly. You get me? I didn't play chess right, innit?
That shows that you're a guy that has. Do you want to have a drink? Cause you're a guy that's got self-value, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not looking at it like I don't need Wiley for stripes, but if he wants a problem, I can give him it, kind of thing. And that's G'd out at that age, fam. Like, obviously, boys
he was older than me as well. For real, he was older than me as well.
Yeah.
Remember, like, the thing is, I was popping from a youth, man, innit? So, like, even now, my music out now, I'll see certain comments like, I swear Sharky Major's 40. I laugh because
you look like you're 25.
You know what I mean? These times, like, Sharky's just passed. For the record, Sharky's just past 30.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
So imagine that. Man. But when you look at like your favourite
MC, you're 25, mate.
Nah, I'm 32. Yeah, I'm 32. So imagine when you see your favourite artists out there right now. Majority of them are older than me.
Yeah, a lot of them.
You know what I mean? But it's where I was.
Do you think age matters with music?
Nah, but what I'm saying is where I've been a don from the age of 14, 15.
Yo,
yeah,
I've been a don.
I've been a don from how long?
Real talk,
you get me? From 14, 15.
Yeah, that's real.
So
it's real.
Where like the name's been cemented in the thing for how long? So obviously,
because you lot was quite young. Because even Kano in some of his lyrics, I'm 18 and
you got what I'm saying?
And you're like, right, when you listen back now, you lot was spitting. Because you see, if you look at American hip hop at the moment, they'll say like, right, nah. Like they're doing mumble rap or whatever, they trap the and people go, nah, it's fine, they're young. Bro, Kano and you lot was young, blood. Spitting fucking mad life shit, bro.
It's true.
So it's like they're not
Kane had the maddest flows.
Was young when he died, bro. You know what I mean? Man was young, fam.
See Kane's flows out of this world.
Yeah.
When Kane started developing and progressing and started becoming like what you saw on Lord of the Mics clash with Wiley.
Yeah. The rise.
Yeah, he had just started writing that year because when I used to meet him and do the bedroom sets, he had the flow, but he never necessarily had the content yet. You get what I'm saying?
So yeah, and that's what a lot of mans are like that.
Yeah, he was still young.
Like I always feel like Meek Mill has got the flow and the energy, but the content's not there. But it works still. You know what I mean?
For real.
Kano's like the package, right?
For real.
Do you think he gets the props for who he is?
No, not fully.
Not fully, innit?
Not fully. I think in the game now it's changed as well. It's more about your character more than what music you're giving them and what talent you got in some cases.
Instagram shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
Snapchat.
the character and social media is what's selling it. I mean, so that might even be why. That's it. So there's two reasons why I'm not as big as I could be. One is because I took bare time out of the game, and two, I'm too normal for some of these fuckers. Like there's some mad fucking. Like people, there's some mad things that people will do in order to get big, and there's other people that are naturally like that. Yeah. So, but me,
that's still complimenting your character though, because you're not gonna go out of character just to get that 2 minutes of fame. So that 15 minutes of popularity. I like that, bro. I fucks with that, man. I think that it does help though. You're right. I think that if you've got like, I don't know, something about you that people just like, but the only problem with that I find is, do they like your music then? That's the other thing.
What is the thing? Obviously, if I'm still in it. Like I've come back on the thing. I got.
Now, not you, the person. Sorry, let me phrase it. Like the person that's got a character online popping and you know what I mean.
Oh, have they actually got good music?
Good. Do they like your music? Should I say?
Well, technically, it's like I think the people that have got the character but have good music are the ones that live and will go far. But the ones that got the character without the good music, they're gonna be like the one-hit wonders, innit? Because they ain't gonna have enough substance and content
to back up the popularity that they have. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right still.
So like you see, let's look at someone like Stormin. Stormin's got bare energy, bare character.
From day.
Yeah, you see him on the dance. When we used to do raves, we wanted Stormin to go out first. He'd go and hype up the whole crowd. Even now, he just won award, Hype Master. You get me?
Swear down.
Bruv, the best hype MC drum and bass award went to Stormin in the drum and bass world. Yeah, recent.
Jeez.
So so that's just one angle. You got Big Nasty. Yeah, he's got a character, but he's actually good.
Yeah, he's lyrically.
We know about Big Nasty, even though you might hear certain things that are selling records, and you might think, okay, that's like more the catchy stuff.
Videos and
but you know, if it's time to bar it out,
he's a funny guy,
he can bar it out. Like you get me?
100%.
I've done sets with Big Nasty and thought, he's squeezing. You get me? You know what I mean?
I used to go link them in Acre Lane, bruv, because I was more connected to South than East from being to West. Like, if you're in Hammersmith and that, you can get to Brixton in like 20 minutes, fam, you know what I mean? So we used to be connected with them. I went and I was helping out Grime Daily years ago when it wasn't Posty though. It was another guy called Pierre, long time ago.
Pierre, I know Pierre still.
And he didn't have no links to South, so I got DVS, Young Tef and Blade and that on their shit when it was kind of, you know, when rap was becoming... arising, so I helped them get that, and at one point we done like a cypher. It was like ALC, they were called Acre Lane Campaign, but that's Big Nasty's block, so he was the main man there. That was like NAA had finished, Young Teflon he wasn't Young One anymore, whatever his old name was, and then Big Nasty they were Crips, ALC, some Acre Lane thing, you get me? But I always knew, like, he'd spit next to everyone and just keep going. Yeah. He could bar.
He had bars, bars for days, bro. You know, I was one of the guys that used to go on a spray for time. Certain man would be like, oh, Sharky just squeezes. Like,
man's just getting in.
Yeah. Big Nasty was another version of me like that, where he'd take the mic and he'd duppy the whole tune and the next tune if he wanted to and keep going. You know what I mean?
Mad, isn't it? When you think of it like that, it's like some man's never really wasn't there for that. They never had that. They had like maybe like 4 lyrics, big ones, and then they had a couple other ones, you know what I mean, a couple other joints. But I mean, overall, if I know this is a difficult question, right? If you was to say Sharky Major's top 5 grime MCs of all time, can you reel off any?
Boy, that's a hard one, boy.
It's very hard, because you know what it is as well, bro. We're not drunk, so we can't really get to that loose. You know what I mean? Where it's like, right, and some people do, like, believe it or not. It's not an ego thing where you're being ignorant, but it's an ego thing where it's like, I'm hard. And I don't know if I should say man's name.
Nah, it's not even like that. I'm a guy, I've already named certain guys today.
You have.
And said, they're nang. You get what I'm saying? And what they do. So, I'll give you some names. They might not necessarily be my top 5, but I'll tell you who I think is good. So, Wretch 3-2 to me. Because I'm a lyricist, and that's what I respect.
He's special, fam.
So, Wretch 3-2. Gets,
Gets, of course.
For barring Devlin as well.
Jeez.
You get what I'm saying? But he obviously, for me as well, is underrated.
He is, fam. He's underrated, man. We were talking about in the barbershop on Friday, man.
Funnily enough, Devs is a guy.
He was talking about that shit.
So I know them 3, Kano as well. For what when Kane goes hard. Now I'm just looking at it as lyricists.
Oh, we're talking about straight.
Yeah, even though like Devlin, like I said, he should be further. I'm just going for bars. And I'm not
Someone
going
that's
for
raw
who's
talent.
achieved the best amount of things in the scene.
That's good.
You know what
We
I'm
cleared
saying?
that up here because we can make sure that it's not offending no one as well. You know what I mean?
So Wretch 3-2 to me, I've heard what he's done. Even before what he's doing now, and what he's doing now is still good. You know what I'm saying? And he's giving them what he wants them to hear. Especially now.
As an adult, innit?
You know what I'm saying? At some point, artists have to do certain tunes to make some money and to open certain doors and eat and make sure they set up things for the future. You get me?
It's a big world out there, man. I think we, as like mans from the ends and that, you come from the ends, you're a brother from the ends, boom, boom, boom. It's like, how can I put it? So if you're from the ends, you're gonna like D Block. You're gonna like Dipset when they came out. You're gonna like G Unit and whatever. You're gonna like over here. You're gonna like the road rappers and that. And everyone's talking about them in the ends. They're popping. But outside of that, which is, believe it or not, a small world, but it takes growing up. It takes some growing and traveling, I think, to see it. Outside of that, there's a lot of people that don't care about that, bruv, and they like other types of genres and other music and other types of artists and that. And I feel like I learned that late. But because there's two things. There's the authenticity that artist brings that people buy into, or there's just talent, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people are talented, but they're never done a day on the road in their life. But they might be a sick MC or something. And I think now in this generation, that's more acceptable. Because you've got a lot of people that ain't really living the life they rap about and that. And it's,
the thing is as well, a lot of the people didn't have to do some of the things that man had to do at our age. You know what I'm saying?
Fam? That's real talk.
So,
and I think that's why, as well, some rappers, when they do cross to that other platform, it is for the check, but it's also for the love of music in some way. Otherwise, they might not do it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think there's any. I was gonna say was gonna be a stupid comment. I was gonna say I don't think money can buy for someone to change, like to conform, but it definitely can. That's a lie, fam. I ain't gonna lie. If a motherfucker throws a check at me for a certain amount and they want a dance track, and I've never made a dance track, we're gonna make that today, bro. That's the truth. Because I wanna buy a fucking crib. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do it. But at the same time, I do think people like Devlin is brass roots, fam. Like Devlin is Devlin. You might get a track from him with a girl on the chorus that makes it a bit more wide. But he's 16, it's going to be solid still.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be squeezes. It's not going to be...
You know what as well, a lot of artists... The good thing is because a lot of artists now as well are more independent, they have a creative control over their tunes. So they can say what they want. It's down to them to make it work. Whereas obviously before...
A&Rs and them thing, man.
Exactly, A&Rs, and when artists are signed... They had no choice but to go by what the label were telling them. You know what I mean?
That's a deep one still. It's kind of like... Alright, you see off of like... Say a later stage when Kano got signed, right? He was still kind of N.A.S.T.Y Crew, but everyone was falling out a little bit and whatnot. From the DVDs, people were telling their side of things and whatnot. The Risky Roads and the other DVDs and whatnot. Was that album that Kano put out, do you think that was something that he would have done... He had creative control at that point, I guess, from having the success from P's and Q's, or was it something? Was there a couple tracks on there that you lot of behind the scenes bust jokes on him to his face and that, like, come on, you done that to sell records?
Nah, because at the time when Kano put his album out, it was like he'd already distanced himself, so he went with N.A.S.T.Y Crew when the album came out, and then he was in a different space to us, man. And obviously, not too long later on. Things obviously finished anyway. Everyone started doing their own thing. At one point I hadn't seen Kane for like 8 years or something. You get what I'm saying? Then I just bumped into Kane.
That's a long time, you know.
I see
8 years.
I see him in a dance one time. And like
was the vibe cool?
Yeah, see one Kane, cool. You get what I'm saying? I was in my corner on my table and like I must have looked over on that. I must have seen him like holding a bottle in the air, looking at me like to say, come and grab a drink, you get me? Just gave me a little thumbs up, I'm good, you get what I'm saying? But I was cool. But then later on, a few years later, I see him again. Get Some Rude Kids Launch Party last year.
Oh, the EP. Yeah, good EP, man.
Yeah. And then I see him again. And that's the first time I see him again. From that 8 year period, there was another few more years later. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, fam.
It's like
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He seems like a houseboy though a little bit. Kind of like he's a low-key guy, man.
Well,
you know what I
that's what I'm
mean?
saying. Where he was and the things he was doing, and where I was and what I was doing, we were crossing paths. And then one time we just ended up in the same rave together.
Boom.
You get me? And then we said hello to each other, whatever, and that was it. And then obviously later on again we see each other again at Rookie and gets his party. And then he spoke again, said safe, whatever. Yeah. And then that day I spat and the footage on YouTube.
Oh, for real?
of that footage, of that show. And I smacked it on the stage and that, and you can see Kane was enjoying what I was doing, like, so you can see the love still there and all that.
Down,
you know what I'm saying?
Look at it like this is some real shit, man. Like, I'm sure, like, man will hear it and that, because it's gonna get out there, you know what I mean? It's Sharky Major podcast special. I feel that, like, there's everyone learned from each other in N.A.S.T.Y Crew. Everyone took that, like, because even though we're saying there's loads of top boys in N.A.S.T.Y Crew, that's the thing. They were top boys not just because they had street credibility, but because they had originality on the microphone. So away from just being real youths, we're talking about on the mic, everyone had an individual flow, individual catchphrase, individual ad-lib, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I mean, like, Roll Deep was hard, fam, don't get me wrong, but there was like, they would like, oh, we're going to do this flow and we're all going to do our version of it and that. And that was cool still. It had a ring to it. It had something that people could buy into. But you lot wasn't like that. You lot was like, this is Sharky Major's flow, this is Stormin's flow, this is D-Doubles, this is Kano's, this is Gets, this is Armour. And that alone would make everyone raise the bar all the time. Like, shit, man, he's got 8 new fucking 16s. He's got 4 new ones. I only got 2. I need to write another 5.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
funny because that's exactly how it used to be. Like, man used to come to the station or every week, make sure man I got a new bar strapped for the show. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you always let off a new thing almost every week.
Shit, bro.
You know what I mean? Well, that was my mentality anyway. Some MCs weren't thinking like that. But you got to think as well, let's look at D.E.E, for example, yeah? When D.E.E, he spat the bars that some of them he still spits now.
Yeah, he does it. Yeah. I hear it. I hear that shit.
But that's what's made him nang in the dance.
Yeah, that's his thing, innit?
You get what I'm saying?
His thing,
because you've heard them bars so many times that you're gonna go to the rave and you're gonna spit it, you're gonna scream it, you're gonna shout it, you're gonna love it because it's drummed into you. You've learned that. You know what I'm saying? But he's nang because he's mixed it up with new ones as well now. You know what I'm saying?
I was listening to about 5 different N.A.S.T.Y sets today, fam, on the treadmill in the gym and them thing. Because I was thinking if I'm gonna link my man later, let me just refresh that old school shit. And I was going through them on YouTube, innit? And I started to realise that I was like, right, like all the times I'm making tunes and that now, and the man them's making tunes, like we ain't got really like loads of freestyle bars anymore. Like if someone said, yo, let's go radio and we're all gonna squeeze, you might have a problem, fam. You've been writing fucking hooks and bridges and working on 16s and shit. And I was thinking to myself that like, it's a shame that it's at that stage, but it's also a blessing. It's like a double-edged sword because you think, oh, back then nostalgic moments when mans were murdering sets and that was raw talent, fam. There was no 2 takes. There was no ad-libs, no back-ins. It was like, you gotta go in right now in front of everyone. It's true. And next man's hard too. But then at the same time, we've gained the artistry where we can make a track and make some money and, you know what I mean, put some paper in your bank account and them things there. I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Do you prefer making songs or did you prefer being an MC?
Obviously, I'm from the school of MCs, innit? Foundation, you get me? Like, but obviously, I love music and I love good songs. Obviously, because if you think about it, how did we become MCs first?
By listening to hip hop, probably.
Exactly. By listening to the songs. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And then obviously, then you might have heard the MC spitting as well. Chances are you heard a song first that somebody vocaled before you heard an MC or a rapper like live spitting fresh bars.
That's true, bro. That's true.
So yeah, you obviously were influenced by the song first. Yeah. But obviously, what I enjoyed doing was spitting live bars. And being on radio. You know what I mean?
Niche.
I mean, but obviously at the same time, I'm here now in the scene, and obviously I understand to make the thing pop properly, you gotta make good songs. Because the way the thing's set up is not about radio shows as much now, even though man do bare radio shows all now still.
I swear down.
Yeah, I've been on Represent, I've been on Mode FM, I've been on Radar Radio, I've been on Rinse FM, I've been on Kiss,
You're going in.
One Extra. I've been all over the place, bro. You get what I'm saying? And tunes are getting supported by DJs.
You got the Big 4-5, yeah?
Big 4-5, that's out right now. The video out. remixes out right now, video out.
Who's on the remix?
So Large and Grim Sickers. Produced by Bigger Man. Major Music Entertainment. I know the team.
Bigger Man, that's old school, isn't it?
Bigger Man is Jammer's cousin, old school.
Yeah, remember, that's it. Bigger Man.
Mac 10 used to only really play.
What was his big? He's like main joint. It was like Bigger Man and Jammer produced the track together.
It was Take You Out. Take 'em out, take 'em out.
Okay.
Them two produced that together.
Was that your track originally?
Me plus me, Bigger Man spat on the second verse as well because he was a MC as well.
Okay.
DEE, Hyper and Kano.
Yeah, sick track. Classic grime track.
Only man that I think should have been on that tune, Stormin'. He should have been on that.
Yeah, everyone I think as well.
Yeah, if we could have got everyone on, they would have even done.
But it's timing, innit? You know, the thing is.
You know what happened? Bigger Man, where he was producing it with Drummer. Obviously, he managed to squeeze himself in there and get a little verse in there. What kind of get 16 and that? You get me? Bigger Man, done no. Come on.
I think that's real talk though, because if I remember, East was different, bro. I'll tell you what it was. Yeah, you see East, right? I used to go. We used to go studio in Grove and that, but we'd have to pay like £20 an hour and that, and it would be some fucking like nice building and shit because it was in West. But it was still greasy area, but that's just the way the studios were there. But in East, you had like Commercial Road and that, where there was that back nasty ass building and that, where they had like a couple, I think Rinse was in there and that, they had a couple different studios in there and whatnot.
I don't think I've been there, I went there.
I went there for, we jumped on a DVD for Slew Them. And we was like the only West people that was on this East thing, like the go in there, the old crew, we had like GM and that, Gully Movements, but we was going on non-stop working DVD because Wafer would call us and that. But when I was there one day, remember, that's how I met Logan actually in that studio. I was jamming there for the whole day, smoking, drinking, whatnot. And I actually stayed longer than I wanted to because I was watching how these motherfuckers was moving in East, bro. Like Dons was turning up throughout the day, different people. Logan popped up, then D Double was in there for a bit, then Jammer was there, and it's like everyone was doing their own version of the same song and that. Like the Caribbean thing, like the Jamaican dub.
That was Wafer's thing.
Yeah.
I think Wafer had a version of a tune.
Yeah, I've done one.
Okay.
Done one them times, but it was like I learnt from East guys though. Like I openly learnt, and then I'll go back to West and imply that with my guys, and they didn't get it at first because people were trying to make their own songs and that. But in East, what they'll do, it's like if everyone's in the studio and mans are just crumbling weed and billing zoots and that, and the beat's on, oh, you jumping on it? Yeah, I got something for that. So it was like mans were jumping on tunes unexpectedly and unannounced. Hence why Stormin' went on Take Me Out and that, because people are in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Doing things as they happen. And that's one thing about East. There was a lot of unity. Even though there was a lot of tension, there was a lot of unity. There was enough unity to say, right, this is East, fam. And when we roll to the dance, we might have a clash on radio, but when we roll out, we're not from North, we're going North, and we're all together. I saw that a few times in dances, fam. And I liked it, I respected it.
No, it's mad, because I probably didn't even feel it like that as much at the time. But it might have looked like that from the outside, innit?
It's important.
So, obviously that's good, because we probably did it without even realising.
Without even knowing,
you know what I'm saying?
Talk, fam. And I think that's important, bruv, because anyone can get into passes in different ends back in them days. And if you come through looking like an army, bruv, you might just be alright, man. No, people might not even want to bother you.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, rad.
Of course. And we used to roll to a lot of dances with a lot of man.
Yeah, I see it.
Like, but that was, if we was N.A.S.T.Y Crew, we weren't rolling with other MCs, we was rolling with, but we was rolling with Roadman and man that was coming to the dance, you get what I'm saying? We weren't really just rolling like.
Who's on Sharky Major's playlist right now, man? When you're riding around the town in the whip and that, and you're not making music yourself.
You know
what?
what?
You listen to, bro?
I got one of my artists, young artist called Black Steve.
So man like Black Steve. Yeah.
Black Steve, yeah. Come on.
I was gonna say, how did you get the name, man?
You know what I mean? One day I'll let you talk to him. You can ask him still. Storm's little brother.
Oh, swear down.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Black Steve. He's on Major Music Entertainment. He's part of what I've got going on.
Get him on one of the projects.
So yeah, man. But he's who I'm listening to right now. But a lot of people won't know about him. But he's on like a Rinse Grime show that I've done.
Yeah.
Which is on YouTube right now. He's also on a few other bits as well. On YouTube, you type in Black Steve or look up like sets that I've done, like
his music in the
Westwood Crib Session. Yeah, but his thing's coming out soon. You know what I mean? So, like.
So you've been listening to his music before it's released, basically.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Obviously, Storm's project's out right now. I've been listening to that.
Yeah.
My Thing, what's about to come out, I've been listening to that. So I'm listening to a lot of in-house stuff, if I'm honest with you.
That's good though.
Like,
Focused,
but obviously, apart from that, I just put on like one extra or whatever when I'm rolling certain times, or, you know what I mean, couple of radio stations, rinse, to see who's doing what now and again.
Hip hop and that, or you strictly more UK when it comes to like?
I do listen to hip hop, but I've been listening to more UK hip hop as well.
It's
But
popping right now. Man.
yeah, man. But I like the American thing still. It's just, to be honest, I don't get enough time.
Yeah, and I feel you,
Like I don't just do
takes
music.
a lot of time and
you know what I mean?
energy to
And
research music, innit?
This is it.
To
And I
kinda
don't
go
just
into
do
it.
music. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta find time to do everything else that I want to do, and music, and manage artists and put out music and run a studio, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So Major Music Entertainment is something that you set up.
Yeah. It's like, I've done this before as well. It's not the first time either.
Yeah.
Like, but I was managing Rival before.
Oh, okay.
And, but then I stopped that.
Rival. I never really knew, because I kind of switched off of grime for a while, which might sound bad of me, but I would hear Don's name ringing and that, but I never really got a chance to get into him, if that makes sense. But I can tell that he must be sick, because the amount of people that was mentioning him, OGs like yourself, saying, right, it's hard. And
Yeah, man. In 2010. 2011.
What happened with that then?
Rival was young. Obviously, he just had to grow.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, his best project to date, he'll tell you himself, was Lord Rives. And that's what was put out on Major Music.
So you two worked on that?
Yeah, we put that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? iTunes, hard copy CDs, he had merchandise, all of that was popping off.
So you kind of showed him the hustle that you didn't know, because you lot was doing that.
Right, but then at the time as well, sometimes you gotta let people grow and realise what it's like, and let them, you don't wanna dig your claws into no one.
Yeah, nah, never.
If they start to feel like they need to just do their thing, or you can see that they're better off doing their thing, you can say to man, listen, like, so he could fund his own thing. So why did I need to do that for him?
No, that's hard. That's
You know
hard.
what I'm saying?
You know what it is as well. You see, I think if you look at it from like that standpoint that you're saying, you can never really force no one to be somewhere they don't want to be, do something they don't want to do. And I found that out when we used to do the grime thing, we used to do the radio shows. We had like 15 man in the crew that could spit, but sometimes only 3 man would turn up to the set and that. Man's be like, yeah, man, be there still. Man's rolling still. Then phone goes off and that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Man's go link a chick and fuck a bitch and that, you know what I mean? Or go sell the food that they got on consignment and that, you know what I mean? They can't come tonight. Yeah,
of course.
But man's used to dark man and that. But then I used to chill. You know what? The guy I used to chill with, like, actually, he was my brethren. He used to spit Purple. Do you remember him?
Purple,
West.
yeah.
He was kind of like one of the West guys that stood out. He's different.
Yeah.
But he used to say, hey,
where's he, man? I ain't seen that nigga for years, but
he took a shahada and that. He's proper Aki thing still.
Yeah.
He's on the Muslim thing, man. He's healthy though as well. You know what I mean?
Big up Purple still.
Yeah, man. But I see him the other week. Like, he was like, back in the day, we used to jam and that. And he used to say, yo, cuz, like, you can't really force the brothers to come radio and that. Because I used to bully mans to come and that. Like, bro, you're not coming, man. You're coming, man. You know what I mean? And he's like, bro, you just got to let motherfuckers do them. Because timing's everything. Like, you might want someone to be this put in the work so hard because you've been there before and seen what the fruits of your labour could be, but then the bred that's doing it don't see that and they're not really ready to do it because they got other things going on.
For real.
And that's what it sounds like. That's what happened, man. Because you and my man, where's he at now though? You still fuck with him, or is it cool, or is it not cool? The rival guy.
Yeah, it's blessed.
It's blessed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a tune on the Major Music project that's coming soon.
So he's
on a tune like with me and Black Steve.
Yeah.
Which is coming out soon still.
Hard. So people need to check that shit out, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a fact. It's a fact. I mean, going back to like the Wiley clash, just touching on it. You know why? I feel like there was more to it.
Oh shit. Okay.
We moved on quick. did looking back on it, who do you think won?
I think I won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Will think that?
Yeah.
He does, yeah?
He's said to me personally, but
yeah.
He might have not really felt that. I don't know, innit? You never know with Wiley because he's a don of mind games, innit?
Yeah,
like,
he's the
he'll tell you, seen it. I've seen it's not for the radio. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? He said, "Oh, gas people, I can't help it." Like, I can't help it. I gas people.
I watched it.
Like, you know what I mean? I gas
him. I love it, man. He's got to come with it.
I mean, nang.
He's a sick guy, bro. You know this guy.
But
I never really. We've had Wiley stories on most of the podcasts, just naturally as well. Like we had Stamina Boy on, and Stamina Boy was like, "Yeah, he come to my crib in like a brand new R1 or R6 or something." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna grab this later. Yeah, I'll come back." And left it there for like 2 weeks and shit. And he just bought it the same day. You know what I mean? He's mad. But it's mad because I think who linked me up with Wiley, man. I met Jamaica at like a show once. Me and him smoked in a car park. Strider was a youth then, and he was trying to buy my academics jacket I had. It was like one away, like a mad one away thing where it's reversible and that. But he was just tiny, so it didn't even fit him anyway. And I remember I ended up linking up with Wiley, so I used to call him, and I used to ring him for a beat. Yo, Will, man, I just want a beat and shit, you know. I never really said this publicly. Yo, man, I want to get a track and that. And he's like, you know what it is, yeah? That was his line. You know what it is, yeah? What it is, right? Is man's trying to do this, that, and da da da. And he'll keep you talking for so long, and then the outcome would never be getting the beat. You know what I mean? And then it's funny because in the long run, he mastered the art of making me feel good without mugging me off on the sly. You know, like I'm gonna tell him how sick he is, tell him what he does good, his strong points, then tell him, yo, I'm gonna call you back later before the answer ever came. So I know Wiley is ahead of that.
But I feel like I won that clash in it. Obviously, coming back to it, I won. EC man, and he's told me. You done bits on that clash, but no one heard Shark, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, we had dubs.
That's the clash, you know the actual clash itself.
Yeah,
like the one you two in the studio.
Yeah, but
he said no one heard, is what he said.
But the dubs, I think it was a draw in the dubs, if I'm honest with you.
Draw with the dubs.
We had 2 dubs each. It was a draw, like, you get me?
I think you both went in on each other. That's why I could tell I was a little bit Percy, because I could tell you weren't having it, fam. And then he had to defend it because his name.
But you know one way how it looks like he won, because he was the guy shooting videos at the time.
And you didn't have no videos.
And he shot Pi's video.
The Pi's video was
but he made it. But when I got onto him about it, it was nah, Shark, I'm talking about myself. I'm eating all the pies.
Because
like,
that came from the clash, innit?
Right.
Yeah,
but he's like, talking about me. Like, he's here the bar, Shark. Who had all the pies? It was me, Wiley. You know what I mean?
Because he was trying to say he was a chubby youth.
Right, but he's jumping around in the video as a fat guy.
With the because rolls every scene.
You get what I'm saying? So it was very nang.
So
I think in the chess game he won. Like he won the chess game. You get me? Psychological.
And he tried to tell you, nah, it's not that.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm talking about you, Shark. I'm talking about me. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I love him though, man. I think he's one of those guys where he's a classic character as well as a talented artist in one. Yeah, he's perfect for what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you wouldn't want him any other way, man. He'd be boring otherwise. You know what I mean?
I won't take nothing back. I won't change nothing about the past yet.
Yeah, it makes you.
But also, Wiley knows. I think we've got mutual respect for each other.
Based on that. Yeah.
Even before all of that.
What's your favourite grime clash of all time?
Wiley and Dukes.
Yeah, straight. That's what Stamina with as well. Yeah. I said it too. That's my favourite, man.
If you were around at the time as well,
you was there, innit?
And you understood, like, you was there listening to the radio, staying up late to listen to command the beat, like, you know what I mean? It was mad. It was mad. You wanted to hear the newest dub.
Dukes won though, innit?
Yeah, Dukes won.
But that's the only person I feel like maybe fucked him over big time.
And Wiley will say Dukes won.
Yeah, he has to from.
He said it. I've seen him say it.
He can't say anything different though. There's no way you could even finesse.
But there's enough people that argue to say that Wiley's never lost a clash.
Yeah, I've seen him say that as well though.
You know what I mean? So it's one of them.
Did he lose that one though? So I think he did.
I think he did. But he gave a good account of himself.
Yeah, 100%, fam. He's always been stand up when it comes to.
And because his fan base is so strong, enough people to argue. Or to make him believe, actually, I did win, because look at what all my fans are saying.
Everyone's saying I won.
Yeah.
And the people count more than you, innit, a lot of the time.
It's like a Jay-Z and Nas clash. A lot of people would say Jay-Z won that clash.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But I think after IFA, Nas won that.
Nas bodied him.
You know what I mean? So
the Super Ugly joints and that was sick, because he was saying, man, bust a nut on your child seat or something. Like Cameron said that, but he was saying that your wifey was sucking my dick and everything there. Yeah. And that was factual. So the facts is like, like you're mugging man off so bad, bro. But the Ether track was so serious, fam, that it was like catching a headshot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he said true things as well.
Yeah, bro. But even if it weren't true, he bodied you.
And I think that's kind of where where some of the clashes, where we saw the Americans do it and talking the whole real stuff and telling the truth. You get what I'm saying? We all felt like, let's expose a man.
Yeah, expose
you get what I'm saying? Find out things and expose man. That's what it was more about back in the day.
Yeah, because you said a few things like that on the Wiley dub.
Yeah, and Doug said things, but after a while, it got boring saying Wiley's a crackhead or whatever on the lyric. Everyone's saying it. And Wiley will laugh and say every MC says that. You got to say something new.
Something new now.
You know what I'm saying? brush that.
Yeah, Wiley's
you get
smart
what I'm
like that as
saying?
well.
Like,
we can make it like it's nothing. Like,
yeah.
nah, man, everyone said it, mate.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
something new.
Nah,
Real
I
talk.
mean,
I think like overall, like if the listeners, there's gonna be like, I've definitely got a lot of American people listening in Toronto because we got the stats and that, and we've definitely got a lot of people who are younger coming up listening as well. Like it's a mixed crowd. So if you haven't heard of Sharky Major, or you have but you only heard a couple things, I definitely would recommend them to go listen to the N.A.S.T.Y Crew Sits on YouTube, to go listen to the dubs, the war dubs, and then to come and build their way back up to the new shit. Because I feel like, bruv, foundation-wise, fam, even if Sharky Major wasn't like your favourite guy at that time, because you know everyone has their favourite for their timeline of their life, you had to be mentioned in that top MC shit, you know what I mean?
yeah, man.
So they need to go do their homework for real, man.
Even if I'm not everyone's top MC now, I've been
that
at one point in the thing
facts.
as someone's top MC. A lot of your favourite artists, favourite artists, like, you know what I'm saying? So you'll see interviews where Devlin or Gets have said that I'm their favourite MC, or I was who was doing things first, and you've heard Garage Skank where Kano said who put metaphors in the grime thing, man like Sharky and I did, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk.
So
real talk.
like, I haven't even got to stand up and say I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Sharky Major used to be that guy that would make you reassess your lyrics if you was an MC. it was that. He was like, right, I'm gonna go get a reload with this bar, but Sharky wouldn't be happy with it. You know them ones? There's not enough content. And that's why people used to like say, right, you're a bit like N.A.S. in a way, like you say some real shit, you know what I mean? And you say some genuine shit from your ends and give your story rather than just spitting lyrics and riding the beat, you know what I mean? So that's dope.
And it's mad because a lot of my new stuff as well, at the moment I'm showing them a little bit more of the hype again.
That's what they want right now.
Yeah, but the joke is there's a lot of the other side coming as well.
Imagine, man.
So right now it's more of the trying to show them a few clubby kind of bangers and grime hype songs. But obviously proper bodies of work after my Resurgence EP comes out, which is me and Bigger Man.
You got a date for that?
Resurgence is probably gonna come out like end of Jan. I've not got an official date.
So New Year basically.
Yeah, New Year.
2017 is gonna be a big year for you, I take it, because you was playing some joints in it today, but you got a few tracks done. You know what I mean?
We got bangers in the vault, yo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start dropping bombs on this thing.
Bro, I'm looking forward to it, man. Real talk, man. Genuinely.
Yeah, man.
And that's the thing. My whole thing is like this platform ain't just about like let's get Stormzy on because he's popping, that kind of thing. It's about like where would Stormzy be doing this without this?
It's a good question, isn't it? Yeah, of course.
Like grime was a new genre, fam.
And the thing is, Stormzy acknowledges a lot of the founders.
Yeah, he does.
People like
Wiley
and that.
You know
I mean, he might not acknowledge me. When I was popping
He's young
off.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, when I was popping off, he didn't really get to see it.
Yeah.
And the truth is, where he might have heard some of the people he rates say, Sharky this, Sharky that,
he might not even know
he's not seen enough for himself. Like a lot of people now that haven't seen enough. So,
but they could though,
so the new body, but the new batch of stuff is going to show some of them, this guy's sick. But you probably won't still get that
because you know what it is. It's a moment in time. Excuse me. That can't be duplicated, man. It can't be, because even like us as MCs, fam, we was in West, lay low, this, doing dances and that, and it wasn't the same because it was like. But then we couldn't do what we was doing if you lot didn't do what you was doing.
That's it.
Because it's like boom. So Heartless Crew, Pay As You Go on that, So Solid Crews come to an end. Roll Deeps come out, N.A.S.T.Y Crews come out. Who else was popping at the time, man? Wolfpack came later and all that. Trying to think, man. N.A.S.T.Y Crew, but they weren't the same.
N.A.S.T.Y was early as well. They was when we was on the come up. Well, they was when we was on the come up. At one point, they was our before Roll Deep. They was our main rivals. Like you know what I'm saying. And then when they made Oi, they went to they disappeared because they weren't on the radio no more.
Yeah, they weren't doing sets.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They disappeared now. So it was just N.A.S.T.Y doing their thing, and then Roll Deep came off Rinse and came to Deja, and then that's when it was okay. Us man, Roll Deep next. Like you get me?
And then it's true because obviously we that moment in time couldn't be duplicated again. That was the start of a new scene, a new genre.
Yeah.
That's a moment, bro.
That's it.
Like that won't happen again, man. I think Giggs had a moment because Giggs kind of shifted grime to hip hop in the UK.
Yeah, talking the hardest.
Yeah, he had a moment. He had that moment.
Or walk in the park. And
yeah, he had a moment. Giggs had a moment where it was like, I'm gonna be a legend now. because of this time period, which you lot had already. And then everyone in between, unfortunately, didn't, because it wasn't possible, because it was like they was just becoming either better or doing in another way what they had seen you lot do. Do you know what I'm saying, if that makes sense? Because you have people like Roadside G's and that come later, and it was crazy, fam. It was hard, fam. But would there be them without N.A.S.T.Y Crew? You know what I mean? That's the real question.
Yeah,
I don't think
the good thing is as well.
Due respect, but I don't think there would.
Yeah, man. A lot of people see it, man, and they'll say, "I grew up on you, man." You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't because of you, man.
Yeah, and that's a fact.
So
that's why I'm saying it so much on the mic. I think it's important to put it out there, man.
True.
It's important, because a lot of mans always give mans respect in a quiet room and that. Like,
yeah, man.
Hard,
even though not a lot of MCs might not say it vocally.
Yeah, they say it.
But they'll say it to you personally, or a lot of fans know the thing, and they'll say it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to be. I respect a man that'll see me more face to face and say that. They say it in a tune, but they see me and not say nothing.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird.
You know what I mean?
But in its own way, I guess it's still sick, because it's still acknowledging it. So, because you get different kind of folks. You get folks that they rap and they don't talk much until they rap, because when they rapping, they're going to say everything that's on their mind, I guess. Which I get, you know what I mean? But me, I always think if you see someone that's hard doing their thing and you really genuinely fuck with them, when you see them, you should salute them, man.
For real.
You should just show them some sort of love, even if it's like, yo, fam, keep going, bro, you're dope.
Yeah, for
Back
real.
man up, keep it moving. Don't have to be a groupie or nothing. You know what I mean? Just show man love, fam. You know what I mean? Real talk. And also, when you look at the big picture, I think you ended up on the I Love You remix, right? And that was a classic, a grime classic.
Yeah.
And that was you, Wiley, and Dizzee, right?
Yeah.
When you did that track, was that a moment? Could you feel that it was a moment when you was recording, or was it
No,
just
not even. It's mad.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's mad because we're back in the day when we was on Flavour, Dizzee was on Flavour as well.
So he was just another spitter to you?
He was a spitter. He was Stormin's friend from back in the day.
Okay.
Where Stormin used to hang about in Bolt.
Yeah.
And he used to be in a crew, YGS crew with him, Ada, Armour, Dizzee.
Oh, so Dizzee was in the crew of Armour?
Yeah,
that's mad, isn't it?
And then where me, Stormin and Marcus was a N.A.S.T.Y Crew.
Nuts, fam.
Yeah, and we wanted to bring someone in.
Armour, you know.
We brought Armour in.
Yeah.
We left Dizzee with his DJ and brought Armour.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Shout out Ross.
Imagine that. So like, obviously,
Armour had that a little bit.
Armour had that style, but anyway,
yeah,
Dizzee started making beats, and he used to shout us, man, and say, yo, I got beats. And he made our first dub plate called Ready for War. Me, Stormin, Armour and Dizzee.
Yeah, I heard it.
And that was our N.A.S.T.Y Crew's first ever dub plate.
Oh, swear down.
Yeah, Matt used to play at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And then I got
so Dizzee was kind of heavily affiliated with N.A.S.T.Y originally.
Yeah, and then he used to come and check. Somehow after that, me and him formed a friendship.
Yeah.
We went on to make Girls in the North, Girls in the South. I was on the original version of that tune before the version the version that's on his album was with a guy called Ada.
Okay.
But I was on that tune first.
On the original joint, yeah.
But I was on another tune with him called Crime.
Okay.
With him as well. But I Love You remix, he rang me and said, oh, I got a tune, I need you to come to the studio, I need you to put that Intelligent Girl lyric on it. Please. I was like, ooh, you sure, bro? Like, that lyric there. He's like, yeah, like, that tune, please. I wrote the tune, I made the tune just for that lyric.
Oh, swear that.
I said, you sure, bro? Yeah. I was like, cool, come to the studio and sprayed it. And from there, obviously, me and Wiley was there as well. Yeah. Godskiff was there, Dizzee was there.
Yeah.
And we vocaled it.
Didn't feel special at the time, though? Felt like
at the time, just felt like doing another tune, innit?
Yeah, what?
Like, because I was coming to the studio anyway, doing stuff.
It was on the record, didn't it? On the flip side.
Yeah, flip side,
Yeah, that's hard. Because B-sides were important them days.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever made like a P out of a song.
Oh, word?
Because I got paid a little change for that verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Up front, or was it on the back end?
It weren't straight up front because he didn't know, but as soon as he found out he was getting signed and was coming out.
Okay. It was like
and he got a P for it.
Man, to break man off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right, innit?
So, but shortly after, me and him fell out. You know what I mean? So this was around the time that him and Titch was having their wars.
Yeah. So what led for you two to fall out though? Was it because
I was in between him and Titch's war? As well as that, I'd already been having conversations with him saying, bro, you're not really seeming like the same guy that man, like you're with Roll Deep and then man now safe. Or you see me, you don't say safe. Like you get me, like you used to come and check me in the ends, like I used to come to your ends, like you get what I'm saying.
Don't have to change.
We sit in each other's yards, you know what I'm saying, like Or no, he would sit in my yard, but he'd be in Mac 10's yard with me, come to Plastow to see me. I'd go Devon's Road Bow and chill in his brethren's yard or in his own house. You know what I'm saying? So,
Did he feel you? Do you reckon he felt that because he kind of went with Wiley and he looked up to Wiley that you was going to be upset with him, and then he just didn't ask?
Maybe, but me and Wiley never had no pass up at that point. But
he felt like, you picked him.
But he obviously does remember me. Probably did remember me saying, "Bro, why don't care about you? Like, do your thing, guys. Like, get me, come with us, man, whatever. Get me."
You remember that shit?
Yeah, but obviously, you know what it's like. I don't know what Wiley was saying to him. He might not say nothing at all to him. He might already had his own idea of what he wanted to do. And as you can see, he's obviously very mentally strong in where he wants to be, because him and Wiley have never ever became friends again.
Nah, I see that.
You get what I'm saying?
Wiley talk about it as well.
So you know, with Dizzee, once he thinks he wants to cut someone off, he's cutting someone off.
You get people like that. You get bitches like that as well. You know, when they give you everything, they give you their whole life until you do something bad to them, and it's like, I'm done with him. Deleting him, blocking him.
I know a few bitches like that
and then
too.
You get the others that keep coming back.
I know a few.
I respect the ones that lock you off though a little bit, bro, because you took a piss for 2 years.
Yeah, I know
and
a
they
few.
finally clocked. You know what I mean?
I know a few like that still.
You get me, each to their own. So I mean, you've been in the mix of it, fam. Like when we're talking about grime history, fam, like, you was there, bro. Man's fucking in the middle of beefs between the top.
It's mad because Titch,
man's clashing the top boy.
Imagine that though.
Man's in a legendary crew.
Because Titch was my brethren from, like I said, from years ago, from growing up, before anyone got big. He's gone to jail. He's gone to jail. Me and Dizzee have started kicking it as friends. We're getting big now.
The first time you went to jail,
Yeah, we're getting our thing, and he's come out of jail. N.A.S.T.Y Crew's big. Dizzee's in the road deep, and he's doing his thing. He's big.
That's a mad situation.
And and Titch wants to get big.
Wants to be big.
So I'm his boy. He's rolling with me in the end. We turned the radio, and he's gone, "Oh, what's this? Let's go radio then. There's bare man on radio. Safe. We're going radio." So I've turned up on Conflict DVD, which you see.
That's the one,
with Titch. I walk in the room at the same time as him.
So it looks like you lot planned that.
Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, we wanted to spit that day. We turned the radio on, and we heard man going in. We turned up, and then that's when them two had their pass up. And then obviously from that...
But if Dizzee ever hears this, which he may do, because you know motherfuckers, when they get rich, they spend more time on YouTube than a regular motherfucker. Like, that's real talk. Big up Dizzee, man, but it's real talk. He's welcome on as well. He won't come though, but he's welcome on. But the thing is, it's like this, bro. I think anyone from the outside or anyone that's experienced Titch in the slightest way will know that he's a bit crazy in the term. Not crazy as in mentally crazy, but he's live wire. Sorry, that's the right word. He's a live wire. So he is the type of person that would switch on the radio and go, "What? Let's go there now." You'd be like, "Are you sure? Yeah, fuck it, we're going." Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, to be honest, I couldn't stop Titch wanting to have beef with him. Yeah. You get me? Obviously, his view of it was, I came to Titch, and if anything happened to him, I wouldn't have stopped it. Yeah. It's
a weird one, isn't it?
It's a weird view to have. No, it's not a weird view. It's an understandable view to have. Yeah. But I think you got to look at the bigger picture. Like, you got to think, we got history. I've come to the radio to do what I do. Them man have had a little pass up. It didn't really go down fully. Them man have spoken about it afterwards the next day or whatever, squashed it, but he's like, "Nah, Sharky's a prick though." How does that work? You get what I'm saying? So the man that have got dramas now have sorted it.
Did you two have a convo about it after?
Yeah.
Did you not?
Of course. But he's like, "Nah, cause now if you was my friend, you would have stopped it." How can I stop it, bruv? Like, you get what I'm saying?
It's a mad one, isn't it? It's like,
I can't stop a live wire from reacting if he wants to react. You get what I'm saying? I can say, "You man, allow it. What you doing, man?" It's the man thing.
I think you worded it spot on though, bro. It's an understandable opinion, but it might not be the right one. Basically, it's like that's your opinion because you know Rai's your boy and he's with him. But I know Brayers, fam, man. I know Brayers from my brothers, fam. But if they decide they want to fight this guy in the club tonight, I've got to let him swing it, bro, because he's a fucking animal, cuz he'll swing me trying to stop it, you know what I mean? And sometimes it is that real, bro. Like, obviously that's someone I don't know, possibly, so that's a little bit different. But even if you do know someone and they've decided that I want it with them, that's quite a hard thing to break up, fam. And it looked like, at that point as well, there was so many people there. that it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, it was never
anyway.
going off. It was never actually going to happen.
It was a lot of...
Because there's so many people there that everyone was like, allow you, man, getting in the way.
So you, as a
You know what I
someone
mean?
that's been around the block, knows that this ain't really going to go much further.
That's what I'm saying.
So there's no need for me to jump in and, you know what I mean, pick sides and everything.
Obviously, I came there with Titch. He was driving.
Yeah.
He was driving the car.
Yeah,
I was there in it. I was a passenger in the car. Like, we're in the middle of some fucking roads that if I didn't leave with him, how am I getting home? Like, you know what I mean? Like, having fucking...
I was taking night bus at that.
You know what I mean? Because there was not even no bus routes where the station was, fam.
Oh, swear down.
You know what I mean? So, on the roof, like, Deja roof, bro. Like,
what was that, fam? What end was that?
It was like in Stratford. But it
Oh,
was
it was in
like,
Stratford,
in some mad back roads.
Yeah,
like,
that was some legendary shit on the roof in Deja, you know what I mean?
I mean, so, yeah.
But I mean, look, big up, I think big up Rascal, man, for doing what he done for the culture and for being, you know, who he is and what he is. He's a legend, isn't it?
Definitely.
Wiley as well, legend. But N.A.S.T.Y Crew, legends, man. Every member. You know what I mean? And that's real talk, man. Like, success don't always measure talent, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, what everyone calls success is different anyway, fam. Because some bears go to the gyms to get biceps and others go to get six packs and that. So, but they're both fucking in shape. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you might be as richer than a motherfucker, and then someone else might be just doing their thing with casual cash flow, whatever. But you both left your mark on a game, on a scene, on a genre, and I think that's why man want to salute, man, bro. If you get me, because fam, early bird lyricist.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
Everyone that we spoke about, even in the interview, are legends in their own respect, bro. Obviously, the new school people and that, it's more like they're sick and that, but they're not legends. Legendary status comes from being an originator more so than being successful guala-wise. You know what I mean?
Mad, isn't it? Because I don't think there's a lot of people that can even give you this kind of conversation about the scene.
They can't. They bro, do you know what? It's mad, fam. It's mad. It is mad. Like, I could sit with the guy that's popping right now and has 1 million views, but we're not going to have this convo, fam. And I was around it a little bit. Me and Rugrat and that from Musical Mob used to link up with
Rugrat
people.
still.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's like, I think it might have been Rugrat that introduced me to Wiley. No, he introduced me to God's Gift. That's who he introduced me to. But then Wiley parred me for so long, in the most friendliest way, that I didn't know I was getting parred. Like I was saying, finesse me, fam. But what Wiley did is, I thank Wiley as well. I big up Wiley, and I've done it to him every time I see him. But he kept giving me other people's telephone numbers to make me stop ringing him for a beat in a polite way. Because he used to like me, but not that much, you know what I'm saying? But then he would give me like Target's number, Danny Weed's number, boom, boom, boom. And then when I finally, me and Target got cool, Target's like, yo, like, you're hard, bro. Like, you need to come through one extra and let me introduce you to people. So Target actually took me to Semtex and Westwood and them thing there, and got me on all these shows, fam. We got them spinning my joints and that. And that would never have happened if Wiley didn't go, yo, you need to talk to Target, you know what I mean? So I feel like Wiley's always gave people opportunities, and he's always had his heart in the right place, but maybe delivered the message wrong sometimes overall. You know what I mean? But you're one of the people that I definitely felt weren't having it when it was a clash thing. You know, like him, I reckon he saw it as giving people opportunities to come join him at the top, because he's a bit confident in being the originator and that. So when he gave Kano the clash, boom, Kano's on now. You know what I mean? Boom, man's on now. But when you had it, I think that you was that guy that was like, nah, bro, fuck this motherfucker, man. You can't send for me, and it's not that. We're gonna be on this block, you know what I mean, tomorrow morning and that. You know them ones, and that. It felt like that. You feel me? In the lyrics as well, man. It felt like it was personal, fam. But I reckon if you tried more fun with it, but you were young, probably would have blown up bigger in it at the time. But at the same time, everyone's path is kind of already set in stone in many ways. You know what I mean?
For real.
Fucking bruv, it's been a sick convo, man. I mean, plug what you want to plug, man. We're gonna wrap it up like that. Because I know we spoke a lot about nostalgic moments, but you're active right now, man.
Yeah, active, man. Obviously, Hold It Down remix was the first thing I come back with.
Yep.
That's got Merkston on it, Hitman Hyper on it.
Yeah, big
King Ra. Bigger Man produced it. Big videos out on YouTube. That came out Grime Daily premiere.
Yeah, GRM in it.
Yeah. Then Big 4-5.
Then the remix.
Big 4-5. Then the remix came out. All these tunes are available on iTunes as well.
Yeah.
Spotify, Amazon, all of that.
Yeah, go stream them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Videos are there. Got more stuff coming.
Big.
Major Music Entertainment's the label. We got artists like Teddy Brockshot.
Teddy.
What's my name? Teddy Brackshot.
Bro, who is he?
Boy, he's a guy. He's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's got a new track out, innit? Because every time I'm in the barbers, one extra's playing.
Yeah, it's called Top of Top.
Yeah, Top of Top.
And it's Sir Spiral, Killer P, and Lady Shan.
Big.
Teddy Brackshot. He's got bare stuff coming for New Year.
So what? You can't tell man who Teddy is now.
Nah.
Does anyone know who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Teddy's a bat.
Teddy.
But you gotta find him. You gotta find him. He's low key, boy.
Man, like Teddy.
Teddy's
He's been a bit of a mystery, innit?
Teddy's
Forever.
yeah. See, Teddy, what we always say, Teddy's his own man.
Yeah.
You can't tell Teddy come studio.
Swear that.
Teddy be like, yo, man, we have to shot to lick, you know?
Oh, shit.
I need to back one girl. But yeah, man, I see you later still. You know what I mean? But
that's hard, fam. So you got
yeah, we got Black Steve.
Black Steve, big up Black Steve.
Got King Ra.
Yeah.
Got Stormin.
Yeah, Storm.
Yeah, we got a Bigger Man production.
Bigger.
You know what I mean? We're doing some bits with Filthy Kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, like on production.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, we got some artists over here, like got my thing. So yeah, we got stuff happening.
Yeah.
You get me?
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
So Big 4-5 remix, you lot go YouTube that man, Sharky Major. It's out now, it's doing bits.
Big up So Large, Grim Sickers on that.
That's it, man. Bruv, salute for being part of the thing, realtalktruestories.com. We out here making moves, you know.
You're listening to Real Talk True Stories. The freshest podcast bring you nothing but real talk and true stories from your favourite personalities, entrepreneurs. This is an edutainment podcast. Education, edutainment.